everybody, and welcome to day 13 of Life Cues 2024. And I hope you guys had a great week. I am filming this a week earlier. It's actually Mother's Day today because I will be having surgery on Wednesday, and I don't think I'll be up to doing my Life Cues for the next Monday. So I thought, I'll do it right now. So our prompt for week 13 is, what did you think of the solar flare? Did you go out and see any of the, lights or anything in the sky? I am a very solar person, so absolutely love eclipses, planets, when they say something's anything, meteor showers. Richard and I both will get out of bed and go. We always go to the same place, which is really close to our house, and nobody's ever there. Like, it's a centennial walking park, and it kind of shows where all the it's the walkway is over a marsh, so it shows what animals are in the marsh and all that. So nobody's ever there at that hour for sure. So we always go there because we know it's going to be dark, away from the city lights, and also it's going to be a perfect place to witness anything celestial. So that's where we head. So we headed over there, and I swear to God, you would think the Super Bowl football game was happening and people were parking. I could not believe how many people were over there. I was like, how do you people know about my spot? Like, how do you even know this area? It was, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what are these people doing here? But then I thought, well, you don't own the joint. But I was so glad that we stayed up and went and witnessed this amazing event. It was like, I can't even begin to tell you how magical and gorgeous this was, because it truly was. It was just like life-changing. There were people there, and I was just chatting, as I often do, because I always find somebody to talk to. There were people there that had driven, and I said, oh, are you from St. Albert, where we live? And they're like, oh, no, we're from way downtown North Edmonton. I'm like, oh my God, how did you get here? And this one girl said, well, we followed the aurora lights and figured she has this app on her phone, and it told her to keep going west. And so I'm going to need this black one. And so she did. She just kept going west. And lo and behold, she ended up where we were. So I got some fantastic shots on my phone. Fantastic. So I will insert them in here somewhere so you guys can see. And I just used my iPhone. I didn't do anything fancy to my iPhone because I wouldn't know how anyway. But it was amazing. It was amazing. I'll use that for both of those. I'm just trying to find the right colors that I saw. The coolest thing about the whole thing is that none of it was where we will often get the northern lights because we live north, So, and obviously the northern lights come in from the north. So I'm facing north and I'm looking at these lights and they're very lovely and pretty and everything. And then I look again. I turned around and I'm like, oh my God. These colors are coming from the south, the southwest, nowhere near where I would have ever thought they would come, which was why it was so amazing to me, because it was just so, oh my goodness, just I still get shivers from looking at the light. So I don't even know where to begin here. So I think when I looked up, I saw, I think I'm going to, most of this is going to be done with distress inks. Kind of a simple page, but still. And I'm going to base most of it kind of at certain areas in the sky, because I mean, it was jet black outside. It was nighttime. And the people, and the thing that killed me is I'm like, people, turn off your lights, because that's why everyone goes into a darker area, is so that we can witness it without the interference of city lights, right? Because the city lights are what causes it to dim, and then you can't see anything. So I'll get some. If you hear some banging outside, Richard is hammering some legs on our table, and the table is literally right up there. And it's our like outside furniture table. The legs of the chairs have wobbled off, so he wants to fix it now before we forget to. And then somebody falls off the table. You know. And the dog, of course, is barking at his dad. So I'm going to go and continue with the black and see how much I can get done. So I've got my water bottle here. The reason I'm not putting it on the easel, I don't want any drips coming down. And you know what? I think I'm going to use one of these bigger clips to hold the page a little bit better. Hold it to another page underneath there, just to keep it a little flatter, because I really don't want drips. I just want that oxidization that happens with the water. So here we go. Now, of course, the oxidization did not happen in the sky, but in Monica's brain, it happens everywhere I go. Look at that already. Come on now. How gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to take my heat dryer and dry it and quicken up the process. I hope you guys can see that awesome process. Like, it is so cool. The only thing that got washed out a bit is the purple. So I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more in here. And then I can go back in it again with some water. Because it's just... There it is. There we go. Seemed to really get washed out. Let's try this other purple. Could just be that there's not enough ink in it. I don't know, people. Yeah, that's a little better. There we go. I don't think I'll have to go in with any of that oxidization because it's already sort of transparent through here. These distress inks are just wonderful. And I told you this is going to be a pretty darn simple page because I wanted to capture this memory for me of this event actually happening in our solar system, and that we were witness to it. So I really, really wanted to have the opportunity to have it in my art journal book so that I can come back and look at this, you know, in years to come. Or my kids, or their kids, or their kids' kids, and I'm like, what's a solar flare? You know? And somebody can tell them, yeah, it was a real thing. So I'm just trying to darken up some of the areas, as you can see. So this was just, and then what I'm going to take is my molding paste. And I've got some really cool star molds. And as usual, everything is going to be exaggerated. So let me get that all ready to go. So I'm working with my Desserts molding paste. There's still quite a bit in there. I can get a lot of, you know, molds done if I want to. Now I had this one and I had another one and I think it might have fallen on the floor. Hang on. Okay, it was right beside me. So I'm going to use these little tiny, these little, see them, as stars. And there's about 3 or 4 on here. And I'm going to put them mostly in the black area because in my pictures, when I scan in, I can see little stars in the sky, and I think that's even cooler too. So that's not really a star, but you know, gotta keep your imaginations open, right? So I'll put this one right here. Careful not to mess up the one I just did. Oh, that's hard because you keep moving it to do it another one and you mess up the other one. Okay, and we'll just use this one again. There. So see, I'm just making some stars in the sky. I have another bigger star on this stencil. I had to look around for stuff. Now this one I think is too big. It's going to take away from the... You know what? I think I'm just going to stick with these ones, these little guys. Because it isn't about those, it's about the what we saw. So how can I get that in there without messing up that one? Both there. I might have to wait till some of them dry. So let's head to the other side of the page up here in the left-hand corner. And we can put one right here. And it's going to add some dimension to this page that's already pretty not that, I don't want to say not that interesting, but that's kind of what I mean. Not that dynamic of of a page. Not a whole lot of collage or a whole lot of, you know, Monica stuff. But like I said, I still wanted to capture it and have it. Ooh, that one didn't work out very good. Let's get that off. Cool thing about this stuff, hey? Okay, let's try that one again. I wish it was easier to get to. We'll use this one right here. Take a little tiny bit of paste, and I could put another one right here. And one right here. That should be enough. Yeah, that's pretty good. I can always put one down here. The awkward part is trying to not mess up the ones you just did. You could wait for them to dry, but nobody has time to be that patient. Okay. That's kind of good. That's good enough. Yeah, because, well, I suppose I could put one down in here, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it like that with a few stars twinkling around in the sky. And I will dry that off right now. Dry them. So I totally forgot to film this page, and then I had my brain surgery 3 days ago, and then I was just doing some editing and trying to upload it, and I thought, I don't have the last page. So anyway, here is my finished page. You can see the colors here of the aurora, and right after this clip, you'll see the actual photos that I took and how much of this is similar to them. So it says here, did you witness the sun flare aurora? And I added those little swirls and those little dots with my little pen, this thing. That was kind of fun. I'm keeping them stored upside down so it's easier when you go to use them. Let me make sure I get that one in right. I am so clumsy lately since I've had my surgery. It's probably all the medication. But anyway, I added these as additional stars. And then you saw the molded stars. And they have nice dimension. And then I added these little swirls. And the one thing I added on this page that I don't normally do is the date that we saw these. Friday, May 10th, 2024. In the event that any of my offspring look at this years to come, and it's another solar flare day, and they get a chance to see the date when I recorded it, and I kept it for my archives. You know what I mean? That's why I did this page. So anyway, I hope you like them. Like it. I love those little stars. I think they're so cute. Even though I don't think they're meant to be stars. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but I like them. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I can't talk too long because I don't feel 100%. And we'll see y'all next week. And remember, if you have your work done, to please post it on Instagram. Hashtag LifeCues2024 so we could all share in our art play. So we'll see you all next week. Bye for now.